Right before we jump into this video, if you haven't signed up for the FroKnowsPhoto email list, just look for this orange box over on the website, put your name, email address in it, and I will send you a free guide to capturing motion in low-light situations. Jared Polin, FroKnowsPhoto.com, and in this video I help you, and by you I really mean whoever submitted these images, whittle down from 50, 70, however many images they send me to their best of the best with honors, sir. So the idea behind this entire series is to help people or photographers see the difference between a snapshot and a photograph. What images should you let out into the world, and what images should represent you as a photographer, whether you want to make money or not. So this time around, I have a portrait photographer who looks to be doing very similar style images, one after the other. Let me just go back to the library so you can see what I mean by that. You can just see a large overview that they have a specific style that they're going for, which is perfectly fine if they want to be a headshot photographer. This looks to be like Peter Hurley style shooting, and I want to go through here and see what are the best images and then what are not. So right off the rip, this is fine. I'm kind of curious about, I guess, the crop. I guess it's an 8x10 crop is what it looks like to me. They're using a 5D Mark III on this one, 1/160th at f8, 400 ISO, using a Tamron 70-200 2.8. So this portrait's fine. We're gonna go ahead and give this one a star. Actually, one of these already has a star. We don't want it to have any. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go through and give things 5 stars. Those are the ones that I'm gonna go back and review after as being the best of the best. And then I'm gonna give it a 6, which gives it a red tag, and that's gonna be my best of the best that I think should be in the portfolio or showcased on the website. And I'm gonna try and do my best to explain why certain images aren't good if they aren't good. But this works. I like the lighting on this. There's enough light in the face and the eyes. The catch light doesn't look distracting, so that one looks good. This right off the bat we can just see is over sharpened. I don't know why it's super duper sharp, but it's overdone. You could see it in the hair. The hair is super duper sharp, and we're only zoomed in. I mean, I asked for full res. If I ever ask you to send in images, by the way, I need full res exports. This may be it, but it's really, we're gonna go 3:1 just to do it. You can see how over sharpened everything is. Actually, it's weird. It's because the eyes look semi-good, but then the rest of the face just over sharpened, so this definitely isn't going to be picked. This is a little softer. I would like to see a little bit more kick light popped up onto this side of the face, but I'm gonna give it a 5 for now so we can come back to it and decide if it works inside of this portfolio. I like this look. I'm gonna give it a 5 for now. I just wish there was more light in the eye. It's not being kicked in there. The bokeh looks extra weird in the background, like they copied something, but maybe they didn't. Moving on, there's no emotion in her face. And the hair, just look how over sharpened it is. So this is a recurring theme here, is that we've got similar style portraits, which is perfectly fine. Different types of backgrounds, that's good, but very over processed and over sharpened. You have to be super careful with how you edit your images. Less is more. The more you go and try to over sharpen the eyes and you over sharpen the rest of the image, the more it's gonna stand out as looking amateurish in my mind. Plus there's no emotion in her face. And this, it's just like, it doesn't work. He's in mid-blink. So this image definitely doesn't work because of mid-blink. I like the composition. I like the lighting a little better. Still want to see more kick light into this side of the face. To me, the background is extra bright, and it just looks like we don't have enough light in the eyes. And I don't know if we don't have enough light in the eyes because they're not kicking it in there, or is there anything? What are we doing here, Jared? Not 1:3. We want to be 3:1. Oh, there's 2:1. Saw that earlier. Like, the eyes look fine. You could probably go in here and brighten them up a little more and have it not look super weird. This is one of those things, if it looks ghostly, you don't want to do it. I mean, it just ends up looking fake, but oh my God, it's a little far. Let me correct that just a smidgen. 0.25. Let's go 0.27. That's without. That's with. We're gonna leave that little kick in there, and we're gonna pick this one because I think we could survive with this. It's not over sharpened. This is just way over sharpened. Again, you can see it right off the rip. Not enough fill light. This light on the side needs to be kicked back into the face because it does look underexposed. it does look slightly underexposed. And then you want to be careful with flyaway hairs like this from shaving or something, that you just could basically find another spot on the face and get rid of it. I could do that differently, but it looks perfectly fine. But look how over sharpened the eyes are. And that's not just because I'm going in 3:1, but this one I can live with. Still, a little bit on the over sharp side. Just look at the eyebrows. Look what's happening to it when you zoom in. You can see that it's overdone. But I like the emotion in this face. And I've seen a lot of this from the photographer so far as I've gone through these images, is that not only do you need to get the lighting right, and you need to get the composition right, but you also need to direct the subject. This is where Peter Hurley is a master. He is so good at pulling out emotions from his subjects to get them to smile, to get them to smirk, to get them to do something with their eyes. He makes it work. And that's what portrait photographers need to think about, is it's not just about getting the composition, the exposure, and the lighting right. You also have to get the subject to emote and give you the emotion, because if you capture somebody and they just are like, but everything is perfect, it's not gonna work because it doesn't capture that emotion. So keeping going on. Oh, I gave it a 5, good. And this is just beyond comprehension as to why we're so sharp on this. So just pull back on the sharpening. I know I've been saying it a lot. See, that's smoother. One other thing you also need to be careful about when you're smoothing out skin, and we're gonna pick this one, is that you don't over smooth the skin and then make the eyes super sharp. So less is more. There's just not enough emotion here for me. I think it does need to be brighter and, again, less sharp. I just don't feel the image. I'm just not feeling it on that one. Let me jump in here real quick and say that the images that you're seeing on the screen right now not only were taken with this lens, but they were edited using FroPak 1. To check out FroPak 1, go to FroKnowsPhoto.com/presets, where you can play with the sliders to see the befores and afters. And don't forget, they are currently on sale for 40% off. So now let's jump back into the review. This I like a little more. I like this is not as over sharpened, but I don't even know if the eye's in focus on this when I go in 3:1, but this is maybe not as full res as it could be, but I could live with this. I like the composition. The only thing I would maybe consider doing is, this is nitpicking, this is just me nitpicking, not having a gap there of the white touching the frame. But nonetheless, I do like this image, so that one's a good one. This, I like the expression, but there's something going on. Yeah, the something is it's not in focus. So if it's not in focus, it should not be used on your site. I don't care if it's the greatest shot in the world, well, unless it is the greatest shot in the world, and then in that case, you could use it. But this is just out of focus. That does not represent your work well enough. This is over smoothed. I like the smile, I like the composition, the lighting is nice. It's just, I don't understand this editing. I do not understand this. It's just not in focus, probably. And because it's not in focus and then they over smooth the skin to try and compensate, it doesn't work. Over sharpened and no emotion, not the emotion I'm looking for in the face. A little underexposed. So even if you brightened it up just a little bit, I think we could live with it. But I bet you those eyebrows are super duper overexposed, super sharpened. Yeah, I mean, when it looks like that, I mean, we're gonna keep this one for now. I like that. I don't like the processing, but I like this. Oh, I brightened it up a little bit already. So yeah, I mean, even if I just pull down on that texturing, it does a little bit to it. But those eyes are just overdone. But we're gonna pick this one. I'll just show you what they did. See, you see how it's underexposed? That definitely is underexposed. Just bring it up just a little bit, and less sharpening is more. And this is like, I don't know that the eyes are in, that eye may be in focus. And this one, you want to focus. So if you're going to have all the light on in this case, the right side of his face, you want to make sure that you're focused on that right eye. Focus on the eye that has all of the light and not the eye that's in shadow. If the one in shadow is super sharp, but the one in light is not sharp, then your photo is basically useless, and you kind of want to reverse it. Go to the eye with the most light in it to focus on, not the other one. I like this. Yeah, see, that eye's better, just again, super sharp. And also you can tell it's a dark room because the pupils get super, super big. So you may want to have some other light in there that keeps the pupils normal size so that they don't look like they're drunk or high or whatever. But I like this one better. This one's all right. Oh shit, no it's not. It's not even close. See, that's the problem. The eyes aren't even close to being in focus. And I know I'm going in 3:1 on a file that's not, that doesn't have the resolution, but shit, if it was sharp, you should still be able to see it. Otherwise, I probably would have picked this one, but in this case, I can't do it because it's not sharp. This is over sharpened, not good at all. Nope, more too sharp again. But why are we sending me such small images? Even blown up, yeah, it's just too sharp. Overdone. Same thing, overdone. This one I can live with. I like this, is much nicer. It's softer. No, that gets an absolute head shake to like, if you're looking at your image, guys, and you're out there, and please, whoever took these photos, don't take this as that I'm telling you that you should stop doing what you're doing. You are not far off from having these be almost perfect portraits. It's just that this processing is killing you. And in turn, it's killing me because I have to tell you that it's just the process. Like if you look at an image like this and you zoom in on it and you look at these eyebrows, you just want to punch yourself because they're so over-sharpened. Over-sharpened. The background's too bright. Cut this shoulder and left too much space over here, so you want to work that just a little bit. Yeah, it's underexposed because the back is so bright. Yeah, that same thing. The sharpening is overdone on the face there. Like this is better, but the sharpening on the face is throwing me off. Just look at what it looks like right here on the side of her face. But I like the lighting much more here. This is good lighting. But I can't like it. Let me jump in here real quick and say if you'd like to take better pictures in only 11 days, I created a free mini video course that you can sign up for right now at FroKnowsPhoto.com/11 days. It's hard. I'm gonna give this a pick for now, and this I'm gonna pick. No, I just don't like his expression, but I'm gonna use it and we'll come back. This is over sharpened, just over softened and then over sharpened in the eye. This is just more of a snapshot of a guy smiling, like, hey, stand here and let me take a picture. Yeah. And this would be a pretty good damn portrait, except for the fact that it's just over sharpened. Again, either they just sent me stuff that was blown up, it just doesn't work, but I like the expression and the emotion. This looks like she's surprised, so that doesn't work. These catch lights need to, like, you got some stuff reflecting off the ground. Obviously, I hate your watermark because I hate watermarks, especially right there. But if she was more relaxed, I think it would look better. Here she looks surprised. And is that another watermark up in her hair? Yeah, it is. But the catch lights in the eyes are in weird places that sometimes make people look like aliens. Just over sharp and too sharp. Now this is too soft because it's just not in focus. That's just over the top, just way over the top, too harsh. Same thing, the eyes are out. Nope, same thing on that. So let's see, how many total images do we have? 43, and we've got 14. So my goal is to have anywhere between 8 and 12 to max like 20. So we're not bad. And this is where you have to just pick the best stuff to put your stuff out there. Let's go through and see, does this reflect well upon this photographer? Does this look better? What was this taken with? 7200 2.8. So we have a nice cross section of people, all different types, all different backgrounds. We've got older, younger, different skin tones. I love this photo. I love this one a lot. That looks fine. That's good. Good. It's all right. We're gonna leave it for now, and we're gonna get rid of this one. So I don't really need to sit here and give them 6s, but honestly, this I wouldn't put first. Honestly, I'm getting rid of it. Screw it. Goodbye. So that leaves us with 12, and I would work on the order, but I think these 12 are good enough to showcase your portrait style, and then I would change I would start to work on re-editing some of the other ones that you have, or redoing some of these portraits with different people, because you're close, super duper close, but some of the images just shouldn't see the light of day. So this is how you whittle down images. You have to look at your images and you have to be okay. I think M. Night Shyamalan said sometimes you have to cut your favorite scene, which means sometimes you have to cut your favorite photo if it doesn't fit in a photo story. In this case, it's not so much a photo story, but understand that sometimes you have to cut an image that you like if it just doesn't fit or doesn't work. And you just have to live with that yourself. My recommendation to this photographer is work on the catch lights in the eyes. Try not to underexpose like some of them are underexposed, some are spot on, but watch those catch lights and definitely work on this processing. It's way, way overdone. Either too sharp or you miss focus on the eyes. And I think part of the reason you may be missing focus on the eyes in some of them is that the room you're shooting in is too dark. A recommendation for focusing on the eye is you could have somebody hold a phone up and they could have the light on, the person that you're photographing, and then that could fill in their face real fast as you focus. But then again, if they move and you lock in, then you're gonna miss it. So try to have a little bit more ambient light around in the room. So that's whittling down the images down to what I think are the best for this portfolio. The way that you can submit images is you can go follow me on Facebook. That's where I'm going to ask for people to submit that's where I'm going to ask for people who are interested in this. I will send them messages there so they can figure out how to send me the images I'm looking for to go ahead and try to do more of these. Let me know what you think about these videos. I'd love to hear your feedback. I'm going to keep doing them because I like showing you this process. Maybe I'll even pick one of my own shoots and whittle them down to show you how I go through that process myself. And that is honestly going to be part of one of the next video guides that I do create and offer for sale. We'll be seeing me go through multiple photo shoots and how I process down my images so that you can see how I go from X amount to the best of the best and what you don't get to see, because again, you are the last line of defense between putting out shit work and good work. If it's not good, don't put it out into the world. Put out the best stuff. That's where I'm gonna leave it. Jared Polin, FroKnowsPhoto.com. See ya.